In this edition of High Bank Fury, the podcast, we catch up with Bubba Wallace, the winner of this year's Brickyard 400. He talks about his week following his win, and we talk to the crew chief of the Loves Ford 34, Todd Gilliland's crew chief, Chris Lawson, and we have a segment on the fans. Who do you love and who do you boo? That comes up for you next.
This August, a full-throttle festival comes to upstate New York. Camp under the stars, then witness the brightest stars of NASCAR battle for a crucial playoff spot. NASCAR weekend at Watkins Glen. Get your tickets now at theglen.com.
In our first segment, we talk to Bubba Wallace, where he comes off his first victory in over 100 races at the Brickyard 400. Wallace drives for 2311 Racing. Bubba, what was the week like for you following your Brickyard 400 victory?
Yeah, man, I'll tell you, I did not go hard after the win. Getting older and realizing hangovers suck, and also having a kid that doesn't care if you're hungover, that made me stop after 2 beers, and I just enjoyed the time. I had the team over. Everybody got to celebrate together, and it was a fun night, and the celebration continued on. Obviously, you go to the shop and see everybody there. Just really, really cool to get the Brickyard 400, their first crown jewel. Celebrated Tuesday with the team, all while working. You know, work never stops. But then just got to relax with the family the rest of the week. Had a little bit of stuff to do Wednesday, but really just kind of getting back to normal and getting ready to go again. I woke up this morning before we got on the plane, and it was an early one. It was like 5:30, and I was like, well, last weekend's over. Here's a new one, so got to go back to work. But that's just how it evolves, and you're used to it. But just cool, man. Just to finally get it done, you know, after almost 3 years is just a massive weight lifted off, and to be locked in early, although it's late in the season, you're locked in early before the playoffs start, so it's good.
Thank you, Bubba. When we were at the Indianapolis Brickyard 400, we talked to fans on who do they love and who do they boo in this very humorous segment.
Bart getting in it today. Let's see what happens here post-race.
Daddy, I'm sorry, but I beat your favorite driver, folks.
I gotta ask, like Marty did, who's that?
All of them.
First off, who do you love?
Alex Bowman, number 1.
Who are you going to boo today?
Denny Hamlin.
Can you give me a boo?
Boo.
Okay. Who do you love?
Joey Logano.
And who do you boo? Don't have anybody? Good kid.
We're having such a great time here. It's unbelievable. You know, NASCAR fans are like wrestling fans. We love them, baby. It's unbelievable.
Who do you love?
Eric Jones.
And who do you boo?
Brad Keselowski.
All you Denny fans out there, I just knocked your favorite driver out.
Ty Dillon knocks out Denny Hamlin.
Who do you love?
Joey Logano.
Why do you love him?
He's just a great driver.
Yeah, he sure is. Who do you boo?
Right now, Lawson.
Give us a boo.
Boo.
Who do you love?
Denny Hamlin,
And who do you boo?
Joey Logano, 100%.
Give me a boo.
Boo!
Who do you love?
I love Kyle Busch.
Really? You admit it in public?
Yes.
Awesome. Who do you boo?
I hate to say it, but the 22.
Oh, Joey Logano.
Logano.
Hey, you got any Hulkamania for us this week? Because I tell you what, brother.
I'll tell you what, brother. What you gonna do when NASCAR runs all over you?
And celebrates to a mix of boos and cheers, but he will.
I'd like to thank all the fans that participated in that, especially the Hulk Hogan look-alike in this timely segment.
This August, a full-throttle festival comes to upstate New York. Camp under the stars, then witness the brightest stars of NASCAR battle for a crucial playoff spot. NASCAR weekend at Watkins Glen. Get your tickets now at theglen.com.
Our final segment takes us to the Loves Ford, where the crew chief of the 34 tells us about his team this year, communication with the driver, the team, and his driver Todd Gilliland, and when he yields to the driver on his calls and where he stays firm with those calls, and how it all takes him, the spotter, the driver, and the entire team. With me on Inside the Cup Garage, I have Chris Lawson. You are the crew chief for Todd Gilliland. So far this year, you have 2 top 10s, 2 DNFs, and beyond that, how do you assess your team's success so far this year?
Yeah, it's been a little lackluster from what we've expected. I feel like we are honestly just now starting to gel and hit our stride, so I feel like these next 3 to 4 races you're going to see a little bit of a flip in our performance and overall attitude of the team. I think it's going to be really good.
Yeah, the thing is with the NASCAR Cup team, from a crew chief, everybody from your spotters, everybody on your crew, and even people behind the scenes in the shop, it is not a destination, it's a journey. In 1 week you're on top of the world, and the next week you're still fighting for it.
Absolutely. The sport is very humbling. It was a lot. You can definitely go from the penthouse to the outhouse very quick. So that's why we love it. If it was easy, we wouldn't do it.
Sure. Now, what do you see as your biggest improvement from the beginning of the year, and where do you hope you're going to be by the time you get to Phoenix?
Honestly, I feel like just communication among the team. I feel like we've all started to understand where each other's at, what we expect, what we don't, what's next, and where we want to be. And I feel like those are all things that are aligning for us, and I think that's a huge part of what it takes to be successful as a team.
Now, obviously, you don't come to the track and just do pit stops. You practice those throughout the week. How does that work? You actually work with Todd, where you have a certain time set each day, or once or twice a week, where you have a certain period of time, and you just try to beat that, beat what you do by a 1/10 of a second or better.
Oh, yeah. We do pit practice every week. We go with our guys. It's once a week. They practice all week, but we go once a week with them and kind of, just kind of build the morale and get everybody, working together and gelling. But yeah, Todd drives the car, and all the guys behind the wall are pit support. We definitely do that. That's a regular weekly thing for us, and it can never be good enough.
And I imagine video and data analysis is what you do afterward. You kind of sit there and kind of figure out what you did right, what you didn't.
Yeah, we break down every stop in practice and during the race. I mean, when the race is going on, right after the pit stop's over, we'll come back to the box, pull the film up on the TV and break down everybody's movements, what we can do to be better on the next stop, and never try to leave nothing out there for sure.
Now, how does communication work between you, Todd? I don't know who the spotter is for your team.
Brett Anderson.
And so how does that work, where I'm sure that you three are feeding off each other, looking at data? I know that you guys are in that little mechanical tower next to the pit stall, but how does that work so that it helps to inform your decisions during the course of the race?
Yeah, there's so much data to look through, so many so stuff, the tooling that's available to us with timing and scoring and SMT, and there's so many things for all of us to be looking at. We kind of delegate those roles to a few different people, and we all have our things that we want to look at, and everybody kind of contributes to the pot. Every race run of what they see and what they feel like we need to do to be better, and what Todd can do to be better. So yeah, it takes every single person and every single head on the pit box and on the roof to make everything come together and work.
Now, I have to admit, you have to have thick skin in this business, because I imagine that you get constructive feedback, but there's times you need a whooping.
Yeah, you definitely have to. You have to leave the feelings at the gate when you walk in. You can't make decisions off emotion. You can't really do anything off emotion in the sport. You just have to make what's the best call and move for the team and for our finish for the end of the day. So you definitely have to. It's hard sometimes, but you have to leave those outside.
Final question for you. I talked to a couple drivers throughout the season, and they said usually, the driver has to break the ties. He said that there's times when data drives the decisions on when to come in and the reality of when you have to fuel in that. But he says sometimes the driver has to feel on the track. Do you feel that way, or do you feel like that you need to do more guidance in that department, because it works different for everybody?
Yeah, I do feel like you definitely have to paint the picture for the driver so he understands the outcome of both situations, whatever you decide to do. I think he definitely has to be on board, right? If he doesn't have confidence in what we're doing or the decisions we're going to make, then he's not going to give it 120% like he needs. So, yeah, I feel like you always have to keep him involved, keep him clued in, and ultimately kind of let it be his decision on the 50-50 ties.
Yeah, so I will follow up on that. So if Todd was to tell you, you know what, Chris, I really feel this way on this. Can you let me have this one? Is that something you throw him a bone, or you just go back to that data point?
If you feel strongly about something, he's the one in the car, so there's a lot of things when you're driving a race car that a lot of us don't understand, and ultimately he's the one that's going to have to make the things happen. So yeah, for sure, I have the confidence in him to make those decisions for sure.
Chris Lawson, crew chief, Todd Gilliland, and the number 34. Front Row Motorsports. Hey, you guys are trying to make it happen. May you get out there and get yourself some playoff points out there, huh?
Appreciate it. We're going to do everything we can.
We would like to thank Bubba Wallace, Ford Performance, Trackhouse Racing, and the fans for this awesome podcast. See you next time. This is Roy J. Akers reporting.